Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing okay. Before I get into the video, I just want to apologise about the hair again. I know it is very patchy. It's still going to be very patchy for the next couple of videos, but you're going to have to stick with it because I've done my hair 6 times in the past week. Before I do it again, I want to try and resuscitate it. So that's the story behind the hair. So today's video, I'm going to be putting two products to the test, and to them two products are going to be makeup sponges. Now, I have got a low end and a high end. I always buy the low end ones. You know me, I'm a cheap queen. The best ones I've actually ever used are from Aldi. They're £1.49 from the brand Liqueur, which is their own in-store brand, I think. And they do the job amazingly. But I have not used the LG of beauty sponge, well, presumably the LG of beauty sponges, which is a beauty blender. This comes in at £17 for one sponge. I wasn't able to get hold of the LD sponges, so I've got a Beauty Bay own brand blender. This is a pack of two, and this comes in at £7, making it £3.50 each. So I'm comparing a £3.50 beauty sponge with a £17 beauty sponge. £17. I cannot believe I spent £17 on a beauty sponge. I am just mind blown. The only reason I did get this is because one, I did originally want to try it, and two, I had some money off vouchers. So I'm going to get the Beauty Bay sponge out. That is what it looks like. Nice and squishy. I was going to say it doesn't smell, but there's a familiar smell. And it smells of food. I don't know, it's going to bug me. I don't know. So, nice and squidgy. And then this, the beauty blender, it comes in a little plastic tub which you can keep it in. This one is actually a new one. This is a colour changing one. They brought, oh, little fly fell out. They brought out a colour changing one because a lot of people didn't actually know that you're meant to wet these before you actually use them. They increase in size as well once you wet them, and once you wet the beauty blender one, it actually changes colour, so it should remind you to wet your sponge. So that is the beauty blender one. They are pretty much the same size, and can you see it's already started to change colour by the heat of my hand? Don't know if you can, but let's. Can you see any difference? I don't know. You will do when I put it underwater. So, size-wise, the Beauty Blender one is slightly bigger. This one, the Beauty Blender one, feels slightly softer, but not a bigger issue that I would notice, if that makes sense. Looks-wise, this one looks like it's more sponge looking, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know if you can see on camera, but that's kind of fuzzy. You can see a sponge type material, but that one is a smoother edge. So let's take these to the sink and see how big they rise. So first is the Beauty Bay sponge. It's absorbing the water. Oh, that's got a little. Right, it's holding some water, so I'm just going to rinse it out, and that's how big it's grown. Not major, but it's grown a bit. So now for the beauty blender. And beauty blender one, and this will change colour. Oh, you see how fast that changed colour? It's going to look a baby blue. So now that is nice and wet, it's ready to use. So it's already gone back to the original colour because the temperature of the water has changed. It goes by the temperature, not just like as soon as you wet it, it will change. So size wise, it's pretty much exactly the same, but this one's the Beauty Blender is still slightly bigger. The Beauty Bay one has got like a flat side, I don't know if you can see, but that the Beauty Blender one is completely round all the way. I've used these before, and I use that part to apply concealer. So we shall put them to the test to see which one is better, and to see if £17 is actually worth £17. First, I'm going to go in with a primer. I squirt some on my hand. I'm going to do half a face each. That seems to it's applied it fine. It's covered the skin perfectly. Can't really see any what do you call it, marks on my face, because obviously it's a primer and it's clear. So I'm just going to go into this side with the Beauty Blender. This one feels more dry on the face, and I don't know if that's because it's absorbing more or what, but and from the primer, exactly the same. I didn't expect to see any difference with the primers, but I just wanted to get a fair test of what I do normally apply makeup. So now onto the foundation. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Morphe Fluidity. So again, I'm just going to put some on my hand, and then go in with the bottom of the Beauty Bay one. So that's applied. I'm having no issues. It seems to be sitting fine. It looks completely normal because this is my normal sponge that I would use. So I am excited to see what this side looks like. So apply a bit of foundation to the hand. And now exactly the same, bottoms up. That sucked it straight in. So now that side is done, this one seems, is it? So I'm going to leave this side to sit for a few seconds because this one has also had time to sit, because that might be affecting my judgment. So I'm just going to leave it a couple of seconds and then I'll come back. So it's been a couple of seconds, like a minute. My thoughts, feels exactly the same and it looks exactly the same. But this side, it seems to have gone into my beard line and hairline a lot easier. This side, I had to kind of blend a bit. So, I am, like, visual wise, I am not seeing any difference. I'm going to go in with concealer, so let's try it with concealer. The concealer I'm going to use is the Morphe Fluidity. This is the Beauty Blender, Beauty Bay own brand. So I'm just going to try and do half a nose. Beauty Blender. Now under the eyes. Now switching over to Beauty Blender. This hasn't got a like a flat edge, which I think I prefer the flat edge on the Beauty Bay one. So that is the concealer done. I'm just going to pop a bit here, like on my forehead. So forehead is done. My thoughts is I think I actually prefer the Beauty Bay one. I feel like the Beauty Blender, the £17 one, it absorbed quite a lot of products and it's not as saturated. So I feel like it just sucks more product into the sponge and not that much is product is placed on the skin. But this side, I do like it. It was able to push around the product a bit more, so you got more use out of what you was actually using, if that makes sense. So my thoughts is, although the Beauty Blender is good, I prefer the £3.50 Beauty Bay sponge. As simple as. You can't take the cheap queen out of, I don't know what I'm going to say. But yes, if you are used to the Beauty Blender, then you obviously are used to it, you like it, you know what it does, and that's why you buy it. But if you haven't tried the Beauty Bay one, then it's just as good. If you've got this money to spend £17 on a Beauty Blender, you do you, honey. But me, cheap queen, I will stick to the £3.50 Beauty Bay sponge. Yes, that is the end of the video. I am not going to carry on with the rest of my face for this video because I am going to be doing another makeup video after this. So, if you've liked this video, please give me a big thumbs up. What are your thoughts between the two? Have you tried both of them? Have you tried one of them? Have you tried another one that I've not mentioned? Leave all your thoughts down below and I shall see you in another video. So it's goodbye from me, Matt. Goodbye from Rainbow Soul. Stay sassy.